Hello, my name's Jim Flynn, and this is my final project for evaluation of the exceptional child, the process of assessments. So tonight I'm going to be talking about 7 different areas and how we assess them. First off, I want to show this. I guess I got to do it up here. This is me, proving it's me it's my school ID from the Strawbird School where I teach. So I'm going to go through a slideshow. I'm going to use a variety of things. One of the things I'm going to talk about is use my experience. This is my 5th year teaching special ed. I also taught 15 years of general education. So I'm going to use both of those when I can to tie it in, and some of the things I've observed and seen and actually done with evaluating the exceptional child. This video will be in 2 parts because screencast only lets you record for 5 minutes at a time. So we'll do what we can here. Okay, so let's get started here. The first one, element we want to look at is intelligence, commonly known as IQ tests. These are done frequently. They're done in the special ed setting. They're done in the general education setting. They're done a lot of times. Most people are very familiar with your standard IQ test. The higher the number, the greater your intelligent quotient. And the scale would go from 0, which I don't think it's possible to get a 0, up to, I think it's 160 or something like that. These are most helpful when you want to determine whether a student has a specific skill. How smart are they? What do they know? And it's not so much smartness, it's more like intelligence. So reading, I think, would help you a lot here. A lot of different experiences would help you here. When this information is combined with other evaluation data, it can be directly applied to school programming. There you can test numerous areas: memory, abstract thinking, common sense, numerous things like that using an IQ test. One of the things IQ tests measure is how effectively a child processes and retrieves information. Because processing is one of the things that sometimes students with intellectual disabilities have trouble doing quickly. So that could be so when you process and have to retrieve information that you have, this would show up on an IQ test. It also, how quickly you can do this, which is something that is considered a skill. Generally, it's considered if you score a score lower than a 69, you're considered intellectually disabled. That does not mean that if you get higher than a 69, you're not intellectually disabled. That's just one of those random scores they use in that area. So those are IQ tests. Mostly it's pen and paper, or someone asking you questions would be the actual method of assessment. Let's move on. Academic performance. There's 3 tests. There's numerous tests that are available to do this. I'm going to look at 3, and we'll cover these in order, that are commonly used. One is called the Brigance Comprehensive Inventory of Basic Skills, or SIBS. It's designed to be used in a classroom setting by teachers, which is important because there's a lot of school settings where the school does not have a testing coordinator and cannot bring somebody in. I worked for 3 years at a school like that, so we had to do it ourselves. So we did the testing ourselves. It produces a complete range of data on student skill levels as demonstrated under real life, everyday conditions. So they're in a classroom, they're doing what they normally would do during a class. It's very realistic for the student. There's pressure. There's always pressure, I think, anytime somebody takes an assessment, but they're not in some kind of different environment, like sitting in somebody's office or in a little cubicle somewhere. So that is that. And it measures reading comprehension, math calculation, math reasoning, written language, and listening comprehension. And it can demonstrate student progress over time.